NASCAR star Kurt Busch in attendance here tonight with his mom wearing his Cubs gear. Cubs lead at 5-1, 8th inning now. It'll be Zobrist first up against Otero, who did a good job last inning with the bases loaded, 1 out. Got Bryant on a force out at the plate, and then got Rizzo on a fly ball to left. Ajay Davis stays in the game. He's in center. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zobrist, who's been on base 3 straight times, and Brandon Geyer is in right.
It's been the 3-4-5 show for the Cubs. I mean, they have had and strung together some big at-bats. Of course, Schwarber putting together 2 of those, a 3-0 single and then another single followed by a walk.
Zobrist, Lindor, 1 away. Part of the order tonight for the Cubs. Rizzo has a double for an RBI, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. Zobrist, who just grounded out, on base 3 times with an RBI triple, a run scored. As you mentioned, Schwarber with a 2-for-3 night as he digs in here with 2 singles, an RBI in the 3rd, an RBI in the 5th. A run scored, then a walk.
I mean, realistically, when you heard the news, you're going, okay, all right, maybe he could have 2 at-bats that help change the series. And he's had way more than 2 at-bats already. And as you mentioned, you know that the question's going to be asked and the temptation's going to be there for Joe to possibly play him in Chicago with the way he's come back and shown that he's almost in-season ready.
This is a major threat from the left side. And the Cubs, you know, have in essence benched Jason Hayward. So they're trying to find. Tonight it was Soler. Last night it was Coughlin. We saw Almora in game 6 of the NLCS. And what I saw was, well, they don't want him to play in the outfield in case there's a collision. But, you know, that seems a little bit remote. Rain starts to fall a little bit as Schwarber fouls it back. They're still talking about a home run that Schwarber hit last year in the division series that sat up on top of the scoreboard at Wrigley. He can launch. It looked like this. Against the left-hander Segrist of St. Louis, and it sat up there under the Budweiser sign.
You definitely got to elevate if you're going to get him out. They've tried. Otero just doesn't. That's not really in his game. He likes to sink it down. They've tried to get the ball up. See the glove.
2-2. That got him looking. 2 out in the 8th.
He thinks this is off. This is paint.
Boy, Otero's made some pitches. He's retired all 4 he's faced, and now we'll deal with Javier Baez. Baez has a hit. That was in his first at bat. Struck out twice since then, flied out. Inside.
It's a better matchup for Baez. Boy, Otero tries to crowd the right-handers and run it in there.
Strike 1. Jason Kipnis will lead it off for the Indians in the bottom of this 8th inning. And right now, it looks like Montgomery's going to go back out there. They have had Edwards up. They do have right-handed bats coming up after Kipnis. Lindor. Low throw, but out as Napoli gives him the stretch in a 1-2-3 top of the 8th inning. Cleveland coming up bottom half, down by 4.
This is the new 2017 Chevy Cruze. I'm only going to show you half of it. What do you think?
I think it looks very sleek.
The lights remind me of Audi lights.
And it starts at $22,190.
Nice.
But there's another side to this car.
Oh, wow.
Love
This is
it.
the first ever Chevy Cruze hatch.
Well, that's impressive.
Wow.
So check it out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I do like it a lot.
Now that you know it's a hatchback, what does it make you think of?
A young professional / weekend warrior, the whole business in the front, party in the back sort of thing.
There's a new taco hero in town. In Game 1 of the World Series, Francisco Lindor stole a base for Cleveland and free tacos for America. Run into any participating Taco Bell to score your free Doritos Locos Taco Wednesday, November 2nd from 2 to 6 p.m. Only at Taco Bell.
With free shipping all season long, Best Buy makes gift giving easy. Why, if we made the holidays any easier, Nutcrackers would actually do something useful.
What's burning?
Nothing.
Hot, hot, hot.
Holiday gifting made easy at Best Buy.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a romantic rodent.
A romantic what?
I'm a sucker for proposals. And we covered it April 26, 2014. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Ever since I took this case, weird stuff's happening to me.
Dog has to stay down.
Billy created this firm.
I created this firm. He will turn this into David and Goliath.
You can't win this.
Maybe not, but I'm sure gonna try.
Hey, man, why aren't you streaming my game?
Hey, Bryce. I can't. See, I've got Verizon and I've already reached my data limit.
You know this is the postseason, right? You could be missing a classic.
You're killing me, man. But look, more data would cost me a fortune.
What if I just hit a walk-off bomb?
Nah, you didn't. Did you?
Why pay more for data limits? Introducing T-Mobile One. Unlimited data for everyone. Get 4 lines, just $35 a month. Welcome to Unlimited Baseball.
Tonight's telecast is sponsored by T-Mobile, bringing you greater coverage of tonight's game. And by Taco Bell. Steal a base, steal a taco. Only at Taco Bell. Rain starts to fall. Here are the 3 finalists from the T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball Contest. Only one will win tickets to every game of the 2017 World Series. It's up to you to decide. Go to at T-Mobile on Twitter. View the entries and vote now by tweeting hashtag #UnlimitedBaseball and then their hashtag. Kipnis first up. Back to work is Montgomery. Two quick strikes. Kipnis tonight a double. He scored the only run of the night for Cleveland on a wild pitch. That was against Arrieta back in the 6th. A strikeout starts the inning. With a travel day tomorrow, the off day, a look ahead to Friday. And a matchup of Josh Tomlin, the right-hander, and Kyle Hendricks, the right-hander. On the air on FS1 at 7 Eastern. Game time 7:30 Eastern. The first World Series game at Wrigley Field since after the end of World War II. Man, Cub fans are tired of hearing about that. 1908 history and goats and all that stuff.
They're going to be ready.
Oh, they'll be ready. Lindor takes a ball, counts 2-0. How about 4 strikeouts for Mike Montgomery?
He's been good. The only time he's gotten in trouble is when he gets behind and then he doesn't search for the strike zone.
Tonight's starter for Cleveland, Trevor Bauer. Now Mike Montgomery's on the mound for the Cubs. They were on the same high school team in 2008, Hart High. in Santa Clarita, just north of L.A. Here's one to third. Bryant times it, gets a funny bounce, gets the out. 2 out. And we'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. That's the Hall of Famer John Smoltz. And what have we seen so far here tonight?
Well, it's two opposite game plans that have been executed. Kluber, of course, in Cleveland did it yesterday as good as you can do it. And Arrieta stayed out of the sweet spot. The Cubs, for them to be successful, they have to work the count. They have to get walks. We haven't seen the home run. Maybe that comes at their home park, but it's the formula that's made them so good over 103 games, and we see it disappear, and then it comes back.
That's what they won this year, 103, lost 58. Best record in the game. I think for anybody's money, the best constructed team in Major League Baseball now and for years to come. Here's Napoli, the count 2-0 as Mike Montgomery is trying to turn in 2 1/3 big innings for his bullpen and team here in game 2.
And I just think Joe Madden and Terry Francona can handle a series mentally with their teams better than most. And that's what it is. You've got shifts, teeter-totters, storylines change. Oh no, you lost the first game. I mean, we saw it in the previous series with the Dodgers. They were down 2-1. Here we go back to last year. The team can't hit. And then boom, boom, boom. They're in the World Series, so they don't panic, and their managers are the reason why they don't panic.
Napoli up on the count here, 2-1. 2-2, and Joe Madden said we fell behind in that NLCS. We came back. We were swept last year in the NLCS by the Mets. We learned from that. We were young then. We're still young. But the arrow pointing up, and right now the arrow is pointing back toward Wrigley Field with what the Cubs hope will be a 1-1 series.
Look, and they learned some stuff from last year. You learn things about players in these moments. Some better than you expected, and some not so good when you see a player press or try too hard. This is a young team, a very mature, young position player stars.
Counts 2-2 with 2 out, nobody on. And another visit to the mound by Contreras.
This will have to get fixed later, but right now they're having a hard time.
Ken Rosenthal is sitting on information about Kyle Schwarber. We'll try to get to him before too long. Ball 3. Full count. The new supply baseballs for the home plate umpire Chris Guccione.
You can see Mike Montgomery, even though his fastball electric is not his favorite pitch, he's made some great changeups. There was a changeup 3-2, some great curveballs in these counts, an occasional two-seamer.
Base is empty, 2 out. Napoli lines a base hit into center. 2 for his last 2. And on base for the 3rd time tonight. We'll see if Montgomery will face another hitter. The answer is no. With Jose Ramirez coming up, heat is coming out of the bullpen for Chicago. Chapman is named in a 5-1 game.
Look, anyone who thinks you got to make a truck heavier to make it stronger has been working too long without a hard hat. Meet the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty. They cut weight with a high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy body and reinvested a big chunk of it to beef up the high-strength steel frame, forging the most capable heavy-duty pickup in America. Time to punch work in the face. This is the next level. This is the all-new Ford Super Duty.
Crispy, crunchy, cheesy. Papa John's new pan pizza. Loaded with cheese that bakes into a delicious crust. Get our new pan pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10 at papajohns.com.
We're not hiding.
I am.
Just gonna need one big push. Got one more? Here we go.
Congrats! I hear you're having a baby.
You're very good. Just breathe. Here we go.
You better start saving for college tuition.
And you'll probably need a bigger house at some point.
But New York Life can help you manage your family's financial future, so you can relax and enjoy life's special moments. Like this moment. That's what being good at life is all about, right?
Be good at life. New York Life.
How was your first day back?
Boring.
You ever feel like you made the wrong career choice? The day I met you.
Lethal Weapon returns after the World Series on Fox.
I can't go on without you. I can't go on without you. Go on without you.
That's why they got him. Aroldis Chapman. The crowning piece for the Chicago Cubs team, picked up in season from the Yankees. You see the numbers. He's been asked to do a lot. He's not a huge fan of coming in a spot like this, a guy on. He's had a tough time keeping inherited runners from scoring and getting more than 3 outs. But you know he'll be fired up. His first World Series pitch is about to be delivered to Jose Ramirez. 1 on, 2 out, 5-1 Chicago. Throw down to first, and Napoli gets back on ball 1.
Yeah, most closers come in the game. When they get their job done, they don't have to worry about sitting down because they're shaking hands. In this case, you'll have to sit down at least once.
Hey, you all right? I came back and caught Wilson Contreras in the mask. Shook it off immediately, and you could hear the voice of Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, said, "You okay? You all right?" He is.
Hey, you all right?
Well, that was a square hit right in the middle of that mask. Here's a 1-1. Strike 2, and it's foul tips like that that are basically driving somebody like David Ross into retirement. He's 39, he can still play, but concussions have been a problem, and that's where catchers get concussions. Happened to Mike Matheny, the Brewer, Cardinal, and San Francisco Giant catcher, and now Cardinal manager. Here's the 1-2 from Chapman. Ramirez getting pretty good swings. A 103 from the left-hander.
Ramirez just does an incredible job of really barreling up pitches from either side of the plate. I mean, normally you got basically 312, 311, doesn't matter.
Cubs bullpen showing it can bring some heat out of the pen. Last night it was Miller. A strikeout ends the inning. And after Montgomery, Chapman comes in and slams the door on the 8th. 9th inning rolls in. Game 2. Cubs to the plate, up by
4. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack knocked over a candlestick onto the shag carpeting.
and his pants ignited into flames, causing him to stop, drop, and roll. Luckily, Jack recently had Geico help him with renter's insurance, because all his belongings went up in flames. Jack got full replacement and now has new pants he ordered from Banana Republic. Visit geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
I was out here smoking instead of being there for my son's winning shot. That was it for me. That's why I'm quitting with Nicorette.
Only Nicorette Mini has a patented fast-dissolving formula. It starts to relieve sudden cravings fast.
Every great why needs a great how.
Discover card. I'm not a customer, but I'm calling about that credit scorecard.
Give it?
Oh, sure, it's free for everyone.
Oh, well, that's nice.
And checking your score won't hurt your credit.
Oh!
I'm so proud of you. Well, thank you.
Free at discover.com/credit scorecard, even if you're not a customer.
Let's go. I think it's time I got my turn. Gonna roam wherever I roam. We wonder how
one smart choice leads to the next.
That's just how I roll. I'm gonna go my way.
The new 2017 Ford Fusion is here. It's the beauty of a well-made choice.
It's gonna be a big wide blue sky, sunshine, happy day.
Congratulations, fellow human beings. We made it. We created a network that became the internet, and then, boom, we've got brain-to-brain communication, self-driving trucks. We're protecting rhinos with drones. This man bought a goat with his phone. There's even an app to get clean water to people. Looks half full to me.
When everything's securely connected, anything's possible.
The new Pixel, phone by Google, only on Verizon.
Okay, Google, show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places. The only network that can power the first phone with the new Google Assistant, unlimited photo storage, and a stunning VR experience.
How is this possible?
So buy a Pixel only on Verizon and get up to $300 back. And right now, get 4 lines and 20 gigs for just $160 with no surprise overages. All on America's best network.
You're giving me a million reasons to let go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons.
Welcome back to the World Series on Fox. Tonight's telecast is presented by T-Mobile One. We thank T-Mobile for their sponsorship. There's the set. They'll light that baby up tonight after the game is over and go to work. Kevin Burkhardt and the guys. Always fun to see what they have in store for the post-game show as game number 2 goes into the 9th inning. 7th pitcher of the night for the Indians, Mike Clevenger. Fly ball into right center field, back near the track. Davis to make the catch, and Wilson Contreras has an 0-for-3 night.
He definitely loves hitting a high fastball, though.
Here's Clevenger, his numbers during the regular season in 17 games. Ken Rosenthal, we were talking up here in the booth that it's going to be hard for the Cubs to keep Kyle Schwarber out of the lineup, even without the DH. Give us more on that situation.
Well, Joe, it will be difficult, but he's been cleared to play. He's been cleared to hit. He's been cleared to run the bases. He has not been cleared to play the field. And for that to happen, the Cubs would have to go back to the doctors and get essentially a second clearance. No sure thing. Remember, Schwarber got hurt playing the outfield. You entertain a whole different variety of risks if you put him out there.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Hayward, yet a guy who can turn, run the bases, start and stop. Said it's absolutely, said last night he was looking to take extra bases. Running is no issue. I would think, this is the World Series. I would think if there's any chance of him being able to play in the field, the Cubs would have a tough time not having that bat in the lineup. Hayward, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be a topic of conversation, no doubt, and something for the doctors to try and clear Kyle Schwarber.
Well, I'm not going to be surprised by anything ever again. I mean, I would
ever anything. Hayward strikes out, 2 down. And with the bases empty, the batter will be Addison Russell. Scott's Pitch, Hit, and Run is Major League Baseball's free skills competition for boys and girls 7 to 14. Sign up now to host a free competition in your local community at pitchhitrun.com.
I mean, seriously, it was never even a thought. And the fact that they talked about it, I said, oh, that's nice. You know, great feel-good story. Guys worked hard. No way is he going to DH. Shoot, I might be able to dunk again, turning 50 next year. Oh, really?
That's in at the knees. 2 quick strikes from Clevenger on Addison Russell.
It's an incredible. I mean, I just credit him for the hard work and just the mentality behind it. It's easy for someone else to say, oh, yeah, I'd do that too. Good luck trying to get a hit.
And credit the Cubs staff for even making it a possibility.
I mean, that's such a gutsy move. There's going to be a million people saying, well, that was dumb if he struck out 4 out of 5 times.
Russell sticks the bat out and floats one to Lindor, and the inning is over. Bottom of the 9th inning rolls in game 2. Aroldis Chapman back to the hill. Cubs trying to even this series at a game apiece.
When you're close to the people you love, does psoriasis ever get in the way of a touching moment? If you have moderate to severe psoriasis, you can embrace the chance of completely clear skin with Taltz. Taltz is proven to give you a chance at completely clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients had a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. In fact, 4 out of 10 even achieved completely clear skin. Do not use if you are allergic to Taltz. Before starting, you should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection or have symptoms, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Now's your chance at completely clear skin. Just ask your doctor about Taltz.
Wendy's taco salad is back.
Wendy's had a taco salad?
Wendy's had a taco salad. Fresh chopped lettuce and tomatoes, classic chili, and tortilla chips. If you remember Wendy's taco salad, you're welcome. If you don't, you will.
You get used to sweaty odors in your car. You think it smells fine, but your passengers smell this. Eliminate odors you've gone nose blind to for up to 30 days with the Febreze car vent clip. Break out the Febreze and breathe happy.
Have fun with your replaced windows. Away! Leave them! Leave them!
Brick and mortar, what?
When you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive, you get more than a big discount.
That's what you get for bundling home and auto.
Jamie, you get sneaky good coverage.
Thanks. We're gonna live forever.
It'll be the greatest adventure ever.
We're looking at a red planet.
Mars, a global event series, Monday, November 14th at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
Cubs jumped on top in the first inning, added 2 in the third, 3 more in the fifth, led 5-0. It's 5-1. Trying to even this series at a game apiece. Rain picks up just a little bit as we go into the bottom of the 9th inning. Rajay Davis first up, then Coco Crisp, and Brandon Geyer against Aroldis Chapman, who struck out Ramirez to end the 8th. Ball 1 up at 102.
Oh, what could have been, and this game started for the Cubs, getting that run in the first inning some 4 hours ago and hitting the wrong cutoff guy allowed the Cubs to get on the scoreboard with Bryant running third. You and I both thought no chance maybe at the plate had the right cutoff man been hit, but Cubs haven't looked back after that first run. Really had a lot of chances to score more. Credit the Cleveland pitchers.
There's a strike. Meanwhile, it's been Arrieta. 5 2/3, 1 run, 2 hits. It took until the 6th inning for the Indians to get their first hit. Montgomery was terrific. 2 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. And now Chapman. Rajai Davis on 2-1. Chased it 2-2.
I just can only imagine. As a hitter, you tell yourself, stay down, stay down, stay down, but get started, get started, get started. And then the pitch is belt high or above, and you think you got a chance. And it's by you.
Davis 0 for 1. 0 for 2. 1 away in the ninth. And Chapman will deal with Coco Crisp. 0 for 3.
Well, 102. Both these guys were tandem with the Yankees. Traditional style. Chapman pretty much 1 inning at a time. Now Miller. They've been separated, competing here in the World Series. Miller can do a little bit more as the Indians have used him unconventionally. Still a closer, by the way, but pitching him in different situations.
Strike 1 at 102 into Crisp. Pitchcast is always powered by MLB Advanced Media. Pitchcast gave you a look at that 102 pitch to end the at-bat for Davis. Strike 2 on Crisp.
Oh, that's dirty pool right there. They threw him an 89-mile-an-hour slider after. That's not fair.
Crisp on 0-2. To the right side, Baez down on a knee. 2 out. Theo and Jed and Aroldis and Joe trying to send this series 1-1 back to Wrigley on Friday night. Here's Brandon Guyer, who singled in the 7th, his only at bat. Rain is all but stopped. Good swing by Guyer.
Well, at some point, these games is going to come down to a 1-run. Somebody have to close the game out. So far, it's been a little bit of breathing room for both teams.
Friday night, a matchup of Josh Tomlin, the right-hander, against Kyle Hendricks, who was lights out in Game 6 of the NLCS, and a big challenge for Josh Tomlin. Hendricks at home 10-3, including the postseason, with a 1.37 ERA. Kerry Wood on the right, John Cusack on the left. Trying to get their own video of the Cubs' first World Series win since 1945. Cleveland on Friday night try to win a game started by somebody other than Kluber after getting a gem last night. But advantage in that game going in will be with the Cubs and Kyle Hendricks. Led the big leagues in ERA for the season. Here comes a 2-1 pitch to Guyer. 3-1.
Yeah, he may look timid and scared, but he's not. Hendricks, emotionless. He just has a quiet heartbeat, and he is a student of the game and certainly had and has an unbelievable year.
That's a 2-out walk. And Game 2 continues for the number 9 hitter, Roberto Perez. Cleveland needs 2 more base runners to have a chance. And Roberto Perez, who drew a walk back in the 7th inning. That was against Montgomery. 0 for 2 against Arrieta. Trying to extend this game for Terry Francona, who is in danger of suffering his first loss as a manager in a World Series. Perez, runner goes, no throw.
Chapman, last minute, had to get out of the way, anticipating what was not going to happen, a throwdown, but you can't tell Contreras that. He wants to show off his gun anytime he can.
Fielder's indifference, no stolen base is given to Geyer. The pitch was a strike to Perez. The 0-1. That took every inch of Wilson Contreras to corral that.
That is
102.
I think it could catch a fly. I do.
In the reaction time of that,
good tweezers.
I mean, that pitch might have taken him back to the backstop. Here's a 1-1. Contreras wants to talk again.
Chapman doesn't want to.
Chapman's patting him on the shoulder like, okay, kid, get back there. I got it. Now Javier Baez comes in.
He had to come in a long ways. He's about 75 feet away.
He's way out in shallow right.
That's energy.
Now time called.
One more time called, and I think we set the all-time World Series record.
It's unofficial. Popped up right side. Rizzo will watch it go into the seats, and now Cleveland down to their final strike. With a count of 2-2. Officially, Javier Baez is 182 feet from home plate.
He's just having fun.
You know how Chapman wants to end this? With a punch out. You know what Roberto Perez wants to do? Extend it and give these fans that have watched through a cold night here in Cleveland some hope. Chapman, ground ball to short. Addison Russell. The Cubs have evened the series. A 5-1 win in a 4-hour, 4-minute game. And Arrieta beats Bauer, and the Cubs beat the Indians.
It's going to be a good one next 3 days after the day off tomorrow.
Chapman goes an inning and a third, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Indians strand 8. The Cubs stranded 13 runners on tonight. But behind Jake Arrieta, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, they got the early lead. They added to it. And they've evened the series by splitting here in Cleveland. Friday night, Wrigley Field. Can't wait. Jake Arrieta wins his first game of this postseason and the second of his postseason career. And with that, we'll go down to Tom Verducci.
Thanks, Joe. Well, Kyle Schwarber, 2 days ago, you're playing in the Arizona Fall League. You have not seen Major League pitching in 200 days. Now you're in the World Series, 3 hits and 7 at-bats, 2 RBIs tonight. Can you please tell me how that's possible?
I mean, you live for this moment. This is the moment that you want to be in. This is the ultimate goal, the World Series, and win it all. So, a lot of emotions are going into it. Obviously a lot of adrenaline. So you just try to put yourself in the best situation every at bat and just go from there.
The offensive approach tonight, after getting shut out last night, the Cubs get 8 walks, 37 foul balls, 22 of those on 2-strike counts. How good was the approach tonight against Cleveland pitching?
It was great. Like we said, we ran into a really good pitcher yesterday, and today we just wanted to stay with our approach. We felt like we put in good at-bats yesterday. We put in great at-bats again today, and the results went in our favor.
Kyle, on Friday night, Wrigley Field will host its first World Series game since 1945. Now, National League rules, no DH. Will you be able to play the field? Do you expect to be in the starting lineup Friday night?
I don't know. We're going to take it day by day and see where it takes us.
Kyle, do you feel like physically you'd be able to do it?
I don't know. I haven't tried it. So, I might try it out and see what happens, and we'll go from there.
We'll be watching. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Joe.
All right, thanks, Tom. He's a good kid. It's a great story, and he was right there front and center tonight for the Chicago Cubs as he came up with RBI hits in the 3rd and the 5th. Jake Arrieta gets postseason win number 3 in his career. He had 1 in the wild card game last year, 1 against St. Louis in the division series, was winless in the NLCS, winless this postseason. But the reaction from Murphy's bleachers in Chicago, where they are packed in, gotta be thrilled. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. Cleveland won last night. A final of 6-0. Chicago tonight, 5-1. To Wrigley we go. To Kevin Burkhardt and the guys, we take you now.
Okay, Joe, thanks very much. We welcome you to the postgame show presented by Lethal Weapon right here on Fox. Frank Thomas, Pete Rose, Alex Rodriguez. And we have a lot to do coming up. More reaction from the field of this Cubs victory to get back in this World Series and tie things up at 1. We will come back with that. We'll analyze this game. Kyle Schwarber, Jake Arrieta, what can you say? These Cubs, what they did, came here to do what they had to do, and that was take 1 of 2, and now they go home to Wrigley on Friday night. And we've got ourselves a World Series all tied at 1. Cubs win Game 2 in Cleveland. We're back in a moment to talk about interviews. Come on back.
FBI! I need you to watch the kids tonight.
I'm a bad choice for that job.
Act like an aunt for one day and don't ruin them.
Hey, Ben, are you hungry? Oh, yikes!
Why didn't we pay for it?
I don't have any money.
I would have paid for you.
Is that a black card?
Hey, Ben, I dare you to lick the grill. I'll give you $1,000.
No, he does not have $1,000. Oh, my God. I hope you're very proud of yourself. Your brother has burned off all of his taste buds.
Oh.
Gross.
What's up, Chippy?
Next time he gives you crap, yank his pants down and point at his tiny... What happened to you?
It was humongous. I'm lucky he didn't beat me with it.
Well, clearly you didn't do it right.
I think she's dead.
What's everybody thinking for dinner?
We just ate breakfast.
All right, well, good morning.
The Mick, coming this January to Fox.
This is a Fox 18 News Update.
Cubs fever is contagious around the Quad Cities.
Businesses are soaking in all the foot traffic. What they're saying about the new craze tonight on Fox 18 News at 9 after the game.
Furniture in Kiwani. Honest to goodness value, day in and day out.
You sound like a man who is afraid that I am dead right.
You talk about the Cowboys and the Patriots like they're like your kids.
What am I missing?
This is the place to be.
You won't listen.
I do not hate LeBron James. In fact, I like him. I don't like it.
I love it.
That's the hottest seat in sports media. This is undisputed.
Meet the new face of late-night sports talk, Katie Nolan.
It's my show.
As she rounds up the week in sports and beyond.
You learn new things on Garbage Time.
Garbage Time with Katie Nolan. Wednesday at 11:30 on FS1.
I've traveled all over the world. All that I have seen and learned on climate change has absolutely terrified me. We are the last best hope of Earth.
Before the Flood, a world premiere event, Sunday at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
Jake Browning leads the 4th-ranked Huskies
On the button!
against 17th-ranked Utah. Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on FS1.
This week, it's the NFL on Fox. The Redskins battle the Bengals live from London. Then, the Seahawks square off with the Saints. And in America's Game of the Week, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers face off with the Falcons. It's a full day of NFL action on Fox.
Woo! Welcome to the postgame show presented by Lethal Weapon on Fox. Cubs. They take this game number 2, 5-1 over the Indians, and we've got a World Series all tied up at 1 game apiece. And reminder, for continuing postgame coverage of the World Series, turn it on over to FS1 right now. We will be there full in just a moment. But Kyle Schwarber has turned into Willis Reed. I mean, it's not just that he's back. He is back and dominating the Cubs offense, Frank. It's impressive.
I told you before the game, it was amazing he got a double last night, but tonight, 2 big hits, 2 RBIs, runs scored. Amazing. That's all I can say, amazing.
Superman. It has to be. It's impressive, right, Pete? I mean, it really
From
is.
the Arizona Fall League to a star in the World Series. That's amazing.
You know, I mean, Kevin, what I'm seeing tonight, I mean, he is a difference maker. He brings tremendous swagger and body language. And just watching tonight, he looks like their most dangerous and their best hitter.
Well, he really does. I mean, you got to look at what Schwarber did. He had a double yesterday. He drew a walk. He had a couple good at-bats against Miller. And then tonight, 2 more hits he drove into. And, you know, just... it's incredible what he's doing. And now the question, you heard Tom Verducci ask at the end of the game, look, he's been cleared to play and play DH and pinch hit and run. Is he going to be in the field? Is he going to be able to play the field? Because I don't know. I mean, Joe Maddon's going to want to try and play him, right?
Yeah, to me, him being such a difference maker, I don't see how the Cubs and Joe Maddon don't have a combination of 3 and 3. And what I mean by that is give Kyle Schwarber 3 at-bats and let Jason Hayward finish the last 3 innings defensively. You're rolling the dice, Kevin, and what you're hoping for is that Kyle Hendricks is a ground ball pitcher. He's only given up 5 home runs at home. Let him go out and get 3 cracks at it and then get him out of the game.
I can't believe he came from Arizona and never took any fly balls in the outfield. What did he do? Just stay all day in the batting cage?
Well, he got cleared like 10 minutes ago. So, I mean...
Oh, he did? Okay.
Pete, I know we're in the World Series, Alex. Yeah. I understand how important that bat is, but I just don't see this guy going to left field on Friday night with the lateral movement. You know, when you come back from a dangerous, a serious injury like that, the worst thing you can do is try to move left or right. A line drive is just a quick snap. You can re-injure that ACL. I don't see him playing, but he will be ready for a big offensive situation late in the ballgame.
I would tell him this, Frank. I will put him in left field. I will tell him play on the track, don't dive, don't slide, give me a bat, everything in front of you. Those would be my marching orders.
I understand that, but that's very dangerous. You know, it's the World Series. It's a big ball game. Instincts take over.
I have a feeling they're going to have a few doctors look at Kyle Schwarber tomorrow, see if he can clear him. Boy, what a story. What a story. It really is. Schwarber. Yeah. For continuing post-game coverage of the World Series, turn it on over to FS1 right now. Or for the rest of you, stay tuned for your late local news.
Where the hell are we? Jake Browning leads the 4th-ranked Huskies